Good day, Ruskin Joyce. It's time for Proper Review. So, last week we discussed the October Force Wipe Rust-Off for 2025, and that means today we're here to talk about October 9. So sit back and relax, and I'll start yapping. So, what was my initial reaction when I first saw this Rust-Off? What on earth is this? This was an incredibly surprising thing to see. How on earth did this get accepted? No, I said that. I did say that when I first saw it. I was like, what? So, basically a complete, transparent, goofy, silly, crazy angel miner hat is accepted. What? So, okay. We know it's the focused item of the month. We very likely will be seeing some more miner hats. And of course, with the previous week, we just saw the very cool looking anglerfish one. That did 32,000? More than 30,000 subscribers. This appears at $2. Again, I was lost for words. I did not know what to say. So that was quite a big discussion. Just looking at it, questioning it, thinking, how on earth did that happen? Hey, something goofy's appeared. Will it hold and retain its value? Talk more about that in a bit. Sinotype continues. 2 beds accepted again. So, of course, for the previous week, the first ever instance of bed skins. 2 were accepted then, 2 were accepted now. $2.49, and it is part of the Neon Storage Collection, technically. I mean, the Neon Deplorable Collection is what I should say. And No Mercy Collection gets another skin accepted. So, okay. Still questioning it, though. Higher prices, this is $3. But would they sell less compared to the previous bed skins? Could they still potentially retain their value? Good question, good thought. Oh look, Thunder Gold Collection's returned. A backpack. Interesting. So technically speaking, I do believe out of all the backpacks as of this time, like this was probably the best white backpack we ever saw. Again, I know what you're thinking, I will mention it, but yes, that was very special and it was marketable. We've never had like a whiteout backpack and all that, so okay. Looking pretty cool. Thunder Gold is appreciated as a set, you know. A lot of those skins are doing very nicely at the moment, aren't they? So, alright, cool. We'll talk more about that in a bit. Black Ops Collection gets a brand new skin, and by default, I looked at it. LR300, I did dismiss it. I wasn't that interested in it. I kind of worried about it. I thought, you know, okay. Another LR300 with a transparent aim sight that very likely just drop off again. Would it though? Small Props Collection gets a small diving box. That's completely unique. So we've had cards box, now we've got diving box. This storage collection is building up into a pretty interesting, unique, never before seen like batch of skins. So it's looking pretty interesting now. All Seeing Eyes accepted after the garage door, but I've seen this trend before. Garage doors, then sheepman doors, or vice versa. It doesn't really usually work out very nicely. And a SAR is accepted, and a rocket launcher. I don't see that many of them. So alright, cool. But out of all these skins, what did I think was the most reliable option when it came to talking about, you know, what was the best investment for this week? So I would have thought about it. I would have questioned it. And honestly, the best option would have been the Sinotype. The most reliable option would have been the Metal Frag Sinotype box. So, okay, cool. That's nice. But what about everything else? Well, of course, I would have mentioned the Angelic Halo miner hat. It was such a mystery. It was such a strange yet wacky design to be accepted. I was very curious about it. It was insanity. Again, to this day, I still am very confused why that was accepted, but not going to complain or anything. It's funny. But would it always be something that people would consider being a very fun, wacky, silly design that they'll always want to have? How often do people use miner hats? Good shout. Oh, okay. And of course, we would see more miner hat skins after this, but again, how many people will actively put the effort in to get a miner hat and skin it? Now, maybe on some fun servers and all that. All right, fair enough. I wouldn't, dispute that. But still, if that's the only people that actually get usage out of it, maybe there would be concerns. Looking at all the other skins, I would have talked about the small diving box, a very unique skin. We're anticipating the naval update. At this specific time, we're expecting it for November 2025. So, okay, we're not too far away from that, are we? Pretty soon, isn't it, right? So yeah, that is looking pretty interesting. Looks like something that people would greatly appreciate when the naval update happens. Thunder Gold backpack, a lovely welcome addition. So, like, looking at this and looking at the Thunder Gold collection, back then, quite a lot of the skins up in price ever so nice. There's a little bit of a spike in demand, spike in price. It was looking good. It was looking interesting. But how many sales would it have? Compare this with the boots, the gloves, the tier 3, the tier 2. Would it match up nicely, or would there be potential problems? Looking at all the other skins, again, my interest kind of drops off. Again, like, we're in October. By default, we're expecting a lot of skins to drop off. The beds, I just didn't trust them. Number 3 and number 4, vice versa, whichever one it is, but still, it's one of the first few bed skins to be accepted. I wasn't trusting anything. Yeah, they're priced quite highly, $2.49 and $3. I was not surprised at the possibility of them probably going down in price. I was expecting more bed skins. Inevitably, I was expecting drops as well. So, all right, fair enough. I did not trust the sheet metal door. Like previously, earlier this year, we had the Nuke Vibe door. That came out after the garage door. Back then, it was down in price real bad, and to this day, still down real bad. Whilst that's just like one example, I've seen many instances of some, standard doors that come out. They glow in the dark. They look pretty cool, but then they still go down in price. A lot of sheet metal doors have been accepted in 2025, and are starting to become a little bit more concerned about that. So, okay. Faults are, honestly, it looked nice. I had no issue with it. It's a very cool gemstone design, somewhat metallic and shiny. Looked pretty cool. It's just I don't trust SAR skins in general. Unless they stand out super insanely, it very likely just drop off. I wasn't that enthusiastic. And with the rocket launcher, I did recall with the previous skins. Yep. Well then. They weren't exactly doing super great then, and even right now, not so much. I was questioning it, but I also thought, you know what, are we going to see that many more rocket launchers? At this specific point, we had seen quite a lot. Quite a decent amount, yeah. So, with the previous ones not exactly doing super great, I wasn't feeling that confident with this either. I was questioning it, thinking about it, yeah. I didn't mean to save this for last, but yeah, the Black Ops LR300. My by default impression, my by default like thoughts in regards to any sort of LR300 skin was that I just don't trust them. People don't like them. Their prices always drop off. So you know what? It doesn't hurt to save it for last. But yes, wasn't very enthusiastic is the word I'm going to say. So with that all nice and said, how was the first 24 hours with these skins? So, Neon Bed couldn't even reach the top and get the most sales in the first 24 hours of sales. As you can see, Sinotype Metal Fraggers was actually on top with just under 18,000 subscribers. Neon Bed Blue, just barely over 17,000 subscribers. The $3 bed, the No Mercy bed, just barely over 11,000. So the interest in beds do appear to have dropped off pretty quickly. Yeah, these have still sold quite a bit, but we were anticipating even more. And the expectations with a brand new Skinner board basically matching up to, well, expectation. Angelic Halo, just over 15,000 subscribers, and, well, very close to what we saw the previous week with the Anglerfish miner hat. Might be building up some problems, because, of course, if that also sells quite a lot, and we do get quite a lot of options, what do you reckon? Yeah, I think people probably won't take too much of a liking to it afterwards. So, okay, we'll see how it goes. The Thunder Gold backpack, comfortably doing about 9,500 subscribers, which is fine. Initially, my thoughts were it was going to match up quite nicely with the rest of the set, the clothing and the armor. LR300, just barely over 8,000 subscribers at $3. Quite impressive, but still, I question it. It's an LR300. Small diving box, not selling that much either. That's quite fine. That very likely would be one of the lowest selling skins that we've seen for the small props collection. So, alright, cool. Perhaps people don't need to dive that much. Again, naval update. When it comes out, surely diving would be a whole lot more important. Door, yeah. Rocket launcher, Forza, yeah. So, yeah, I wasn't very enthusiastic for all three of these, but they weren't selling that much either. So, okay. Are we surprised? Not really. So, with all that said and done, how about we go ahead now and discuss the abnormal barders. So, let's switch over to here. Yep, there we are. And let's discuss the prices and the sales we saw and the prices we suggested for them. So of the night, on the night with the abnormals, I'm looking at the Neon Bed Blue. It did manage to eclipse the Metal Frags large Sinotype box. And, well, I talked about the bed. I discussed it, $2.49. I thought to myself, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if we see another bed skin next week, probably too. So, with Halloween just around the corner as well, I knew for a fact some very cool looking Halloween themed designs would be submitted. So I looked at that. At $2.49, I thought, you know what? 80 cents to $1.20. Let's go about halfway. I don't fully trust it, and I wouldn't be surprised if it drops off that bad. For the No Mercy bed, so just over to here, that only managed to do just over 21,000 subscribers. I thought for that I'd do $1 to $1.50, halfway. It was a $3 skin, but when more options appear, I don't think it'll be holding that price. Sinotype metal frags, the usual, $1.70 to $2.20. Didn't sell too ridiculously with 33,262. One of the lowest selling skins we've seen so far, so okay. Maybe that might work out when we see more and more skins being accepted and it fully completes. Angelic Halo. That's sitting there at $2, but with 29,000 subscribers, very close to the previous week's Anglerfish minor hat. I looked at it, I questioned it, and I thought, you know what? I don't think I can fully trust it. I'm a little bit worried. So for that, I suggested 70 cents to $1. Again, how often are people actively wanting to use minor hats? Thunder Gold Backpack. Just over 19,000 subscribers. Perfectly fine. Matched up to the tier 2, the tier 3. Honestly, it was good. Boots and gloves as well. So, with that amount, and at that price of $3, I thought, you know what? $1.70 to $2.20. Maybe some bad times might happen over the course of, well, the next few weeks. Of course, October time, autumn fall seasonal dip. But if Thunder Gold hopefully gets some more skins accepted, fingers crossed the hoodie and pants eventually, right? That very likely will rise up in price ever so nice with the other skins. But by default, because a lot of people just can't really afford whiteout and all that, people have looked to Thunder Gold and have started to appreciate it. And the prices for the skins have been working out very, very nicely. So, again, what other options do we have for a white backpack? We'll talk about that in a bit, don't you worry. Black Ops LR300, $3 skin. I have no faith. I don't trust LR300s. Almost 16,000 subscribers. I sat there and I said 60 cents to 80 cents. Small diving box. So that was also abnormal, like the one for the previous week. Wasn't selling that much. That was looking to be the lowest selling skin out of the small props collection. 14,600 subscribers, a price of $1.49. I thought about it. I knew another one had been submitted on the workshop. I thought, you know what? 80 cents to $1.10. At $1.49, I thought that'd be pretty close. I had reasonable faith in it. I thought it might work out quite all right. But how many people need to go diving? Again, naval updates are getting closer and closer. So, okay, cool. All Seeing Eye, Sheep Matador, 60 cents to 80 cents. It did about 14,000 subscribers, listed at $2.49. I didn't trust it. Faults are, it looked nice. I just didn't trust other people appreciating it afterwards. So I only said, 60 cents to 80 cents. Yeah, $2.49. Didn't think it was going to hold. And the only skin that wasn't abnormal was the Deep Sea Rocket Launcher, listed at $2. I thought about it. I considered all the recent rocket launchers we had. I thought, you know what? 80 cents to $1.20. It's a $2 skin. I thought maybe it won't go down too bad. Maybe it could work out quite all right. And with its, deep sea theme, would it be appreciated as we go through the naval update? So, okay, cool. Everything's been said. Prices have been addressed. Now we switch back over to here. Oh, no, I meant over here. Yeah. Now we discuss, well, how did everything turn out? Not perfectly. Quite a lot of the skins here did suffer pretty badly as we went through October time. Now, Sinotype Metal Frags, you did eventually eclipse the bed once again. Only just about, barely. But let's just quickly look at you on the Steam market. You might have noticed some weird issues currently with the Steam market. It's Valve. It is Valve. I know your extensions might be a bit funny and whatnot, but yep. Let's just get a good look at this. It's got some pretty big fat listings right here. The price is still retaining to a point. I wouldn't be surprised if these do eventually disappear as we go through January time. When we expect post-Christmas. Let's just look at sales history, and you might notice it was doing better for a while. But initially it did drop off. Because as we went through Halloween, for 3 solid weeks we did not see a Sinotype skin being accepted. And it suffered. But then when we returned back to normal and got a skin accepted in November Force Wipe, everything went back up again. Then it went back down. I'm quite surprised by this, but then again, the boxes DLC looms over our heads. We still don't know what it looks like. We still don't know when it's going to get released. If the Boxers DLC is actually Phase Punch's very own set, what price is it going to be listed at? How many boxes are there going to be? Are they small boxes or are they large boxes? We don't know. We're kind of worried. We're still like kind of waiting to find out everything and all that. But yeah, it's not fun waiting, is it? It's never fun. So we'll see how it goes. But Metal Frags, you are currently holding up quite all right. And I can confirm, let's just quickly click that. Hedge has 30 of them for a buy order. My highest buy order has managed to pick up a bunch of them because it did dip down initially and then went back up and now it's dipped back down again. So yeah. Did any of you buy any of these straight from the rush store? Did any of you pick them up with a buy order? Feel free to comment below. And yeah, let's just see how it turns out as time goes on. Will the Sinotype collection progress all the way up to 19 potentially? Because we are aware of 2 notable skins right here. Ooh, okay, well, if it does go all the way up to 19, it will be the largest large box collection we've ever seen. That means it would surpass Neon Storages. So, alright, cool. Speaking of Neon Storages, or rather the Neon collection, yeah, it's quite a lot of skins, isn't it? So, yep, looking pretty cool. But unfortunately, not this though. Neon bed did drop off pretty badly. We just kept seeing more and more beds. Yep, there you go. We saw this. Then we saw this. And we got Halloween. Then we got a Twitch. No, kick drop. Then we got a race car bed. Then we got a metallic bed. Then we got a cool looking glow in the dark one. Then we got a waifu bed. Now we have tempered. So, yeah, a lot more options appeared. And whilst this was very, very interesting, based on the fact that I completely forgot to mention that it glowed in the dark. Whoops. But yeah, it glowed in the dark. It was very pretty. Yeah, it wasn't the only glow in the dark bed for a while. And, well, yeah, there you go. So, down by $1. Has it been cheaper? And remember what I said. I suggested $1 to one. No, that's the wrong one. 80 cents to $1.20. I'm about to talk about the other bed and all that. So there you go. Yes. So right now, $1.45. Highest buy order about $1.40. Not too bad. Not too bad. As I scroll down. Okay, now it's looking bad. It's still going down because more and more options are appearing. But what did we say when it came to brand new skinnables? The first few that get accepted, the skins, they will sell tons. But then when more and more and more options appear, suddenly they're not that special anymore. And they will lose their value and they'll drop off. And they'll very likely go down real bad. So here's hoping you could potentially improve, as we go through January time. I know for a fact that the skin creator actually intended and tried to get, like, other coloured beds being accepted. A bed collection. So, like, he had a green bed, he had a red bed. He tried, but Face Punch wasn't having it, so okay, fair enough. Did you buy any? Did you pick up any for Barda? Feel free to comment below. But yes, the expectations for brand new skinnables, its fate was sealed. But did I pick up any? Let's see. Apparently I haven't picked up any. But considering the direction it's going, what do you reckon? Yeah, it might have a bit of a problem. So, yeah. My 80 cent to $1.20 Barda suggestion probably will work out eventually, but by then I probably might end up removing the Barda. We'll see how it goes. Angelic Halo. A $2 skin, and yet I only suggested 70 cents to $1. I didn't trust it. I questioned how often people would even use it. It was a very goofy, very silly skin, but I didn't trust that was going to be enough for it. And evidently that seems to be the case. This got close to reaching 31,000 subscribers, and I can confirm it's halved in price. Is it doomed? Well, 32 sold today. There's 166 listings. The majority of them are listed above $1.77. I don't know. Give it time. Maybe it might be appreciated more. But we did end up seeing more, minor hat skins being accepted. But the ones that appeared after this didn't sell that much. So let's just quickly point this out. We, of course, got Senor Tomato, then Surgeon Hat, then Creep Miner Hat. But this behaviour we've seen for every single focused item of the month. So many skins being accepted in such a short amount of time always lead to this. They're no longer that special. Far too many options. They're not unique anymore, I guess you could say. And, well, there you go. Angelic Halo, though. I'll keep an eye out on you. As time goes on, if we never see anything like you ever again, I think you probably would be quite alright. But 30,484 subscribers, I mean, it's not like we're struggling to find any. Yeah. So, did you buy any straight for yourself? Did you pick up any of a Barda? I was tempted to buy some, but I didn't do that in the end, if I can recall. I only just stuck with my Barda. And as you can see over to here, Hedge has 31. So, yeah, I must have removed my Barda for one of the Bardas. So, alright, cool. So, Angelic Halo, We'll see how you go. And the suggested price and all that. Just want to remind you, I said 70 cents to $1, and it looks like we're basically smack dab in the middle there. So, did you pick up any yourself? Did you buy any from the Rust store? Did you buy just one for yourself because you thought, well, I can't miss out on this. It looks goofy. I want it. Right then. No mercy bid. So, I accidentally talked about this first. I suggested $1 to $1.50 for this, didn't I? As you'll notice over here, it's basically sitting in that position right now. No Mercy collection is very vast and large because basically it's the largest collection we have in the game. But whenever we see a new skin being accepted, I don't really notice any changes anymore. There's so many skins there, but when something new appears, it doesn't even cause a budge or anything. So, with what we just saw, the previous bid pretty much happens same here. It's just going down, 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 down. New options for bids are appearing. Valuable, interesting designs. And, well, this isn't the valuable, interesting design anymore. It's dropped off. And I'm not sure if it's ever going to stop. Got to keep an eye out, basically. Maybe as time goes on, it'll be appreciated. But the fact that we just keep seeing more and more bids being produced and accepted makes me question things. Don't forget about the drops. We're seeing more drops soon. Okay. Thunder Gold Backpack. You have dropped off. But are you doomed? I was expecting this. That's why I suggested, what was it, like $1.70 to $2.20. I was expecting this potentially going to happen. But now that we approach January time, as we get closer and closer to it, Thunder Gold usually always rises up in price. As we always notice, Whiteout always rises up in price. Post-Christmas, summertime, it usually always happens. I'm not upset with this. It was expected. And lo and behold, well, it's looking very thin here. If there's a sudden burst in interest for this, I just can't help but assume people might be wanting to buy these. And then, oh, look, suddenly it's all the way up to $4. It's only got 69 listings. 28 have sold in the past 24 hours. It's not looking that bad. It still looks like it's in demand. The bars are still holding up quite nicely. Honestly, this looks quite all right. I'm not going to complain. I could complain about the amount I have or haven't bought. I've got 61, and I'm fine with that. I'm not going to complain. I'm very happy, and I'm pretty sure I did buy a bunch of these. Let's just quickly go ahead and find out. Let's go get the list. So where's my list? Here we are. Let's go confirm what I bought. So, yeah, I bought 50 Thunder Gold backpacks. I bought 11 of them with a Bilder, and I'm pretty sure I have bought more than just 61, but we'll see how it goes. But, yeah, I'm fine with that. I feel like in the long term, as time passes on, it will slowly build up in demand. However, there's a bit of a problem, and what's that? A certain Hedge backpack appeared. Now, around this period of time, it was afterwards. There you go. So I couldn't remember if this was before or after, but yeah. Hedge backpack appeared. It was free, but perhaps not everybody was like a fan of it, whatnot, but then again, it's free. It's got a bit of colour to the side of it. Yeah, you might point out and say, but this has got gold in it. Surely people would notice the gold. Not really. Not from a distance. It's perfectly fine for what it was. It looked good. People like it. So give it time. I'm sure it will recover, and I'm sure it will go up in price, because compare this with all the other options we have. You might mention Snowman Backpack. To a point, maybe No Mercy Backpack. But even then, I think that's the best marketable white backpack we have in the game at the moment. Give it time. I'm sure it'll be rising up. So, okay, cool. I'm not too upset with that backpack there. And, of course, with the amount I bought. But, oh, my. I was wrong about you. I was too judgmental. I read the book by its cover, and now I've suffered. I dismissed the Black Ops LR300 too much, didn't I? Again, it's more about LR300s than the actual, like, Black Ops weapon itself and all that. But, Black Ops collection, it's been progressing very nicely as we've gone through 2025. Kolotinsky and Mr. Holodno, they've been making some very lovely looking skins. And as we go, as we get closer and closer to January time, I'm only noticing more and more of these skins starting to go back up into the green. Very nice to see. I was wrong about the bow, and now I was wrong about the LR300. I'm too judgmental. So, yes, let's just get a quick look at this, because it was a bit odd. Like, I don't remember this really selling that much, and then one day I look at it and it's evens. Like, look at these buy orders. Is this actual genuine demand? Because there's like a big gap there, and then he's got like 40 there and whatnot, so okay, but you might sit there and say, oh, but Hedge's got a transparent aim sight. True, but we've had plenty more in the past. Let's look at sales history. So, as you'll notice over here, it's actually slowly going down. A certain interesting DLC LR300 is on the horizon with a space station building skin. So it wouldn't surprise me if this probably does drop off a fair bit. But it's just been solid. Now let me show liquidity. Because yeah, there was like pretty high sales initially. This has been slowing down, and it's also matching up with the price going down. So it is a bit odd. I was very suspicious of this. I'm not sure if it's actual genuine demand. Now, by all means, tell me if you bought some. Tell me if you bought some of a buy order. Maybe I'm just wrong. I could accept that. But yeah, by default, based on what I was expecting, I didn't think it would do very well. And at the moment, it's one of the only skins that's an LR300 that's actually a positive. Good job, Hedge. Small diving box. Only slightly down in price at the moment. And naval update, well, it was pushed back to December, which is it's just about happened. So yes, with this design right here, didn't exactly sell that much, and as of now, I do believe it is the lowest selling small box in the small props collection. Small diving box. Will you slowly start to be appreciated as time goes on, as people dive more and more, as they roam around in the deep ocean, the deep sea? I mean, well, we'll see, but then again, I don't think we dive in the deep sea. I'm not sure yet. As time goes on, maybe things will change. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's only slightly down in price from like 2 listings, and then that's it. Barders are very good, like very, very good. This is a strong, well-supported small box. It's very thin here, but it's not getting the sales. Look at that, 2. Oh dear. That's a bit problematic, isn't it? Yeah, but again, if there's suddenly a reinvigorated interest in diving, then perhaps it will be appreciated, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, I just want to see for myself. Did I pick up any? No, really? I swear I've got a few, but then again, it's probably in a different account. So, all right, cool. What about the Black Ops LR300? No, I don't have any there either. Okay, cool. Oh, seeing our sheep in the door. I mean, we're not surprised. It went all the way down to about 80 cents. So, yeah, for this, I don't even remember what I suggested. I suggested 60 cents to 80 cents for this. Right now, it's literally just about 80 cents. I mean, I'll just show it for yourself as well. There you go. And ta-da! Yeah, that's not in demand. That has been dropping off, and that's been slowly going down. The bars are just barely keeping it up. I mean, hey, I suggested to you a price. It probably did work out, but that's not retaining its value, is it? That is going down, and only still continuing to go down. That is not looking pretty. So, yeah, not surprised, and I did learn from this, because sometime later, we had another sheepman a door and garage door combination, didn't we? I forgot what it was. Oh, God. It was one of the previous Rust doors we had just recently. Let's just go over to here and find out. It's like 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? What's the door? Oh, it was the forge door and the garage door. There you go. That's down by... Yeah, that's only going down. All right, anyway, back over to here. Right. So, yeah, that behaviour has been, well, happening again and again for quite some time. And I've learned from it. There was a good reason for me to not feel confident with it. And, yeah. Did I pick up any of a barder? No. Okay. I must have gone with just the lowball barder and I just left it at that. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, doesn't look like it's going up in price anytime soon. We could see some all-seeing eye skins being made. And trust me, there was a lot of them, but none of them were accepted. So, shrug. Thoughts are, well, you developed into a pretty interesting weapon collection. But, yeah, weapon-only collection. This is not a surprise. Oh dear. The skins really do look nice. They're just not being appreciated. And I did learn from the MP5, so yeah. Oof. So, yep, that happened. Are we surprised? No, not really. Had the price go? Just went down. Yeah, I don't think I even need to show you it in like dollars and whatnot. It's pretty obvious. So, yeah, I mean, the lowball barter of 60 cents to 80 cents, it would have worked. But what about the deep sea rocket launcher? So, have I picked up any, first of all? Yep, free. Free! Well, I suggested for this 80 cents to $1.20. It's gone lower than $1.20. Well, the writing was on the wall. I could see it going down and down. I thought, you know what, I'll just remove my order. So, yeah, that's exactly what happened. So, 39 listings on the Steam market. Only 10 have sold today. Could things change as we get closer and closer to the naval update? But to be honest with you, I don't think people will be using rocket launchers to shoot boats. They'll be using cannons and propane bombs. So, I'm not sure if this will ever pick up. Although I can confirm we're seeing some very interesting deep sea skins being produced, like a jacket skin, a snow jacket skin very recently. So we'll see how it goes. And just, I'm not feeling very confident. And then, you know, look at all the rocket launchers this year. And yeah, down 56, down 32, down 41, down 53. They don't appear to be very in demand. It didn't help that we got some DLC recently as well for our RPG launcher. So, yeah, that's, yeah. It is what it is. I wasn't feeling very confident with it. I suggested a fairly lower price. I noticed the price was going down, and now it sits here at 88 cents. Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? So, it is what it is. Didn't really work out. But then again, wasn't feeling the most confident, did I, in regards to like the timing with Halloween just around the corner. Typically, the month of October is very bad for skins. It's not a surprise, is it? So, yeah. Right then, so I of course showcased like the buying of the skins, and I did that as well. But overall, yeah, didn't really work out stupendously. But I was doing pretty low price barders for every single skin here, so we're kind of prepared for that. But in some instances, well, I was wrong there. So, okay. Feel free to comment below. Did you happen to buy any of the skins? Did you pick up any of a barter? Discuss what you think. And now let's give you a nice little preview for next week. As you'll see over to here, another bet skin was accepted. But just one. Okay, maybe the pain will just lessen from here on now. And I remember this garage door. A lot of people, just from the preview image, they thought that glowed and had transparency. Didn't. Oh dear. So yeah, that happened. Oh yeah, a transparent aim sight B sap. Interesting. We don't get many of those, so maybe that might work out quite all right. And oh yeah, Night Demon boots and gloves. Okay, well that collection's only progressing more and more, looking interesting. And a pirate backpack. A very in-demand collection that sells very nicely. A nice budget alternative to the Blackout collection. Could the backpack sell decently? Could it end up like the boots, which just instantly went up in price because it didn't sell that much in comparison to the boots and the gloves, in comparison to the clothing and armor? There you go. All right then, cool. And yeah, of course, another minor hat. A transparent fridge. So yeah, we got some goofy things to discuss in the next video. But that's a wrap for this. So in terms of like the barter suggestions and all that, I mean, we played it safe. And I mean, I think we're grateful for that. I still managed to pick up quite a decent amount regardless. So yeah, again, feel free to comment below what happened to you. And yeah, that's a wrap. So thank you very much for watching this video. I greatly appreciate it. Best of luck with you and your investments. We're only getting closer and closer to January now. Here's hoping with the player counts and the naval update on the horizon that December ends up being a very, very, very strong lead-in for January 2026. If we see tons of people turning up for December Force Wipe with the introduction of the naval update and tons of people still playing at the end of the month when people have time off because of Christmas, people have kids out of education, people not working as much. If the stars align, I think we're going to have a very, very, very good time. So we'll see how it goes. Best of luck to you. Just hoping we all walk away with some sweet, delicious profit. We can only hope, right? But everything is lining up quite nicely. So cross your fingers, hope and pray, and should be right.